Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you the ultimate guide to installing mods for Grand Theft Auto 5, whether you're looking to enhance your graphics, add new vehicles, or completely transform the game. So let's just get straight into it. I don't want to make this video any longer than it should be. So first, before we get into any of the nitty-gritty mods, we need to go over which mods you are going to need for this, some of them being a mod and some of them being actual tools. The first thing you're going to need is OpenIV, and that is that is essentially what you need for GTA 5 modding to install OIV packages. If you don't know what that means, that is fine. Basically, it's just a application extension that allows you to open auto install packages for OpenIV that will let you install stuff. So you're going to want to hit the download button here, OpenIV 4.1. That will take you to the OIV setup here. You can click download. So once that's done, you're going to want to open the OIV setup. Obviously English. The only other language here is Russian, but if you're Russian, choose Russian. I'm going to choose English. I also uninstalled OpenIV just for the purpose of the guide today. So read the software license terms, accept, go ahead and continue. Now, this is where you're going to want to set up the installation guide, or the installation path. I recommend leaving it default wherever the path automatically sets it. This is to, at least in my opinion, prevent any issues with like reading files, stuff like that. You can download it for a separate installation on maybe a different computer if you want to install it on a different computer that maybe doesn't have internet or something. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but it's there. We will run OpenIV after installation, and we will just go ahead and install. That's fine, 20 megabytes. So OpenIV is done. Now, obviously, I recommend opening it for the first time just to check and also set your game directory, because that is something it will ask you to do. So you're going to want to go ahead and click browse, and you're just going to want to find your GTA 5 directory, wherever that may be. So once you found it, just click select folder, and it will tell you OpenIV can work with this file. If it is in the right spot. If it's not, it will say it cannot, and you want to click continue. And as it says here, this is very, very important. GTA is 100 plus gigabytes. I highly, highly recommend you back up your game files. Please don't complain in the comment section that, something went wrong. You installed a mod, something went wrong, and you never backed up your game. That is completely on you. Heeding this warning, let's say you do have a backup and you're ready to begin editing. Go ahead and click continue, and OpenIV will load. Should load. All right, so you're going to be seeing this a lot, so get used to it. Now, obviously, there's a lot to take in here if you're new, like brand new to OpenIV, so I will walk through the key features that you'll be using in OpenIV. A lot of this stuff you will not be using like at all. Maybe search in case you want to find like a certain like file. But first, edit mode is going to be your friend here. Like this is something that you will be using if you need to replace a file for any reason. You click edit mode and you drag the file in, and it will install it. Now, it does mention here you do need ASI loader and OpenIV ASI. So where do you get those? You're going to want to go over here and you want to click ASI manager. This will open up the exact things that it mentions here. So once you are here, use of modifications in GTA Online is not supported and may result being banned. So this is something else I want to cover before we get into any heavy modding. If you try logging on with to GTA Online with just OpenIV, I believe it's either the game itself will refuse will not allow you to go, or it's OpenIV that has a thing that will not allow you. I do not support mods in GTA Online at all, and if you get banned, it's like I said before, with not backing up your game, that is completely on you. For those who want the single player experience, we will go ahead and, assuming of course you backed up your game, we're going to go ahead and install these. Now, this is also just letting you know notification if you're editing outside the mods folder. I highly recommend keeping this on, and do not check this one, and just click yes. OpenIV, ASI, and ASI loader are all you need, and Open Camera is also another optional one. Let's go ahead and install it. Why not? and it will also automatically create the mods folder for you. So once you get that all set up, so we are done with the OpenIV side for now. Like I said, you will be coming back to OpenIV quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and minimize that for now and close this out for now. So we are done with the like pre-setup for mods. Now, how do you install mods? So in the link in the description, all the resources here will be in the description, of course. This is this website here, gta5mods.com. I'm sure you've probably heard about it or even used it. Obviously, this is where you're going to be getting your mods. There's already a bunch of new mods that are actually out. Speedometer here. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and install something simple, like for what most of you probably want, a graphic mod. So we're going to go up to the top right here, and obviously there's this. I do not obviously keep that on. And we'll do VisualV. It's a very, oh wait, what? Okay, my bad. I guess I had to search with no spaces. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, so say you want to install this. This is just a basic graphic mod. It just kind of adds a little bit more to the game. Look, if you're just looking for a little bit extra without doing something like Natural Vision Evolved, for example, or Natural Vision Remastered, which I believe you can actually still get Natural Vision Remastered. I won't be covering that today. This is just the like basic, if you just want to get set up with a very easy graphic mod. I highly recommend VisualV. It has a lot of compatibility with other mods. We're just go ahead, click install like we did with OpenIV, and we're going to click download. So when it's done, you will have a VisualV, whether it be 7-zip, WinRAR. That is also something else I will mention. So me being a dumbass, I kind of forgot to take you guys through how to install stuff like WinRAR so you can extract files. Normally you actually won't need this because if you're on stuff like Windows 11, Windows 10, by default you should be able to open these up as zips and you can still extract them. But in the event that you cannot, me personally, I recommend WinRAR. I believe eventually from Windows 11 it's going to be natively supported. I'm not sure if it is now because I still have it installed. But I will put both in the description below. I will show both just for those who want it. This is just, you just install the exe here. I'm not going to do it because I don't use 7-zip, but just install the exe, follow the instructions in the setup for the application, and that should be it there. Same thing with WinRAR. Just go ahead and go to downloads here. Just WinRAR x64 64-bit. That is pretty basic. It's just a simple setup, and after that you should be able to extract WinRAR files. So coming back to VisualV, obviously like I said, I do want to make it abundantly clear, having a backup of GTA, or even in my case, having 2 separate copies of the game can help tremendously, especially if you play GTA Online and you don't want to keep switching between modded, like you don't want to take out the mods just to play online. You can install a separate version. This requires a lot of storage, so only really do this if you have a lot of storage. Same thing with backing up. I mean, backing up the game is still essential, but I understand a lot of people might not have 200 gigabytes just like there. But if you do, it's something I absolutely recommend, because if something goes wrong, like if you replace a main file of the game and something goes wrong, you can just basically just fresh install instantly and then start over from scratch. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the VisualV archive. And there is multiple folders here, at least for VisualV. That might be different for some other ones. Some other ones would just be like the mod package here that you just normally install, and then there's other optional stuff like VisualV, and then the original files in case you want to revert back at any time. We're gonna go ahead and extract VisualV here, and once that's done, we will go ahead and open it up. Now, once it is open, you will see this screen. For any package installer, this is the screen you will see. Well, not this exact screen, but you will see like the description of the mod, if there's any like extra things it wants you to know about. Like here, changelog here, compatibility with vehicles from San Andreas Mercenaries update. I'm gonna go ahead and click install. Send it to the mods folder. Do not click game folder. This will replace files. So I do not recommend that. unless you're just doing a modded copy and you know exactly what you're doing and you know that there won't be any issues. So that is the essential part. The essential part of VisualV. So this is basically it graphic wise. Like I said, there is some extras here that I will actually install because there's actually a few settings here that I do like. So these of course are, as the folder says, optional stuff. I'm not going to do motion blur, but let's say dynamic shadows for pedestrian vehicles. That seems cool. So in this instance, it's not just a package you install. This is a ASI and INI, which you will also see a lot of in GTA modding, whether especially for scripts, mostly for scripts. ASI is a script, I believe, and then INI is just a configuration for the script. You just want to take these and you're just going to move to your root folder. Now, root folder, if you don't know, it's just the main folder for GTA 5 is what people will call it, the root folder, base game folder. Once that is done, you are pretty much set. We'll do, let's see, we'll do procedural shadows here. So I'm going to go ahead and install the rest of these optional stuff so I don't keep you guys waiting, and I will be back. Alrighty guys, so we are done, at least for the graphic mod. So now that the graphic mod stuff is done, it's not as easy as just booting into game. So what we need to do, as you might have also seen here, we need ScripthookV. Now again, all resources will be in the description, so everything will just be conveniently there for you. You just want to go ahead and click download at the bottom of the software page, and just go ahead and download it like every other thing. Once it's done, you're just going to open it up. You're going to want to go ahead and click bin. Now, this does come with a trainer, so if you don't really care about just whatever menu, you can drag this in and use it. I don't think that there's a INI for it. It's like for the keybinds and stuff. So we will go ahead and just take these two, the D input 8 and ScripthookV. We're going to go ahead and drag those into the main, since I already have one, I'm just going to replace it. And that is the like very, very bare bones mod, I guess. So basically, once you have this stuff set up, this is where the modding opens up. You can start installing anything you really want. But again, it's also, I recommend kind of like starting off with a few mods. I wouldn't go overboard like I have in the past, but like, you know, maybe a few trucks here and there, maybe a few cars is fine. So we're going to go ahead and open up the Rockstar Games launcher, and once it's open, we will launch the game. Alrighty guys, we are in. So obviously you can definitely tell there's an improvement in the graphics and stuff like that. This is something I also recommend you do every single time you install a mod. Open the game. I know it's probably tedious for some people, but it's better safe than sorry to open the game every single time you install a mod, maybe a mod or two. But do not go overboard and then load the game up and be like, oh, it's crashing, what do I do? Because then you won't know what to do. So this is basically the nitty gritty. Now that we're done with the at least the graphics side of everything, we're gonna go ahead and show you guys more in-depth stuff. So yeah, let's get on with the more advanced stuff. Now that we're done with like the basic stuff, we're gonna go ahead and do stuff that you guys might also want. NPC models, I probably am not going to do in this video. That's not something I exactly do, but if it's something you guys want, I will probably make a separate video on how to do it. So let's say, for example, we like this one here, the P-Fisher Comet Callista. Not sure exactly how you say that. I probably butchered the name, but very nice looking car. Of course, credits to VanillaWorks. VanillaWorks is a fantastic, like if you're into lore friendly cars, VanillaWorks is like where you want to go. I will also leave a link to like if you're into cars, VanillaWorks cars, I will leave a link to their Discord in the description. VanillaWorks is just absolutely fantastic people. And don't be afraid to ask questions over there either, because I'm sure people will love to help. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure to, before you download, read the description on how to install it, because most of the time it'll just tell you right here. So all you need to do is put Kalista in folder mods, update x64 DLC packs, and then you want to add this line into this directory. So we're going to go ahead and download the add-on. And again, there is so many mods for you to choose from. So if you don't like this mod specifically, there's this, there's just everything. There's so much stuff. Now, something else you're going to want to install, I believe, I'm not sure if it's under scripts. It is a vehicle limit. So you're going to also want to download this. And what this does, as the description says, it doubles the amount of RPFs the game can handle. So stuff like what we'll be installing in this video, like extra mods for the game. So we're gonna go ahead and click download for this. It's a very small download, 151 kilobytes, nothing crazy. This one as well, you are going to want to put into the main game file, the Shadows i9 ASI here, same thing as that. And now for the car, we're gonna want to take the Kalista, and like it says, there's also a readme here. Mods, update, x64 DLC packs. So we're going to want to navigate there in OpenIV, and this is where we're going to want to put Kalista. So we're going to want to take it and drag it in. It should just pop right in, just like that. And now, just like the readme says, it's very straightforward for the most part. Some mod creators, I have noticed, some maybe IRL cars, they don't put instructions, but on every vehicle, it shouldn't be different. It's just put the actual vehicle file in DLC packs, and then chain or add the line, whatever line they have, add that to, and if they don't have the line, just remember this, and then with the backslash name of the car, another backslash. Just remember this if they don't ever list this in the readme. We're gonna go to mods, update our RPF, and I believe, yeah, common and data. Again, this all looks like mumbo jumbo, but all you need is the DLC list.xml. And you don't want to just double click, you want to right click and click edit, or just press Control Enter. And something you also might notice is VisualV also installed this here. So if you want to even copy the format of what VisualV did, or any other graphic mod you might have installed. So I will also type it just to show, and that's basically it. So we should be able to go ahead and click save. Okay, so that was my bad. So basically, what you need to do, instead of just like maybe spacing this out here, you want to, like, if there's a DLC like thing right here, all you want to do is just press Shift Enter underneath it to create a new column, and then enter the name. So you might be asking, how are we going to get these vehicles, or how are we going to be able to spawn them in? So we're going to go ahead and do something my favorite one. If you just want to go to scripts and most downloaded, it really doesn't matter which one you choose. It's just up to personal preference at this point. But I personally enjoy Enhanced Native Trainer. It's just a very clean UI. Now this, if you might notice, if you've used Native Trainer before, this is Native Trainer, but just expanded. Go ahead and click download like everything else. And you're going to want to go ahead and, just like before, drag everything into your base game folder. Now we should hopefully, because I sometimes forget stuff or have issues, we'll just go ahead and, like I said, install a mod, load up the game, make sure everything's working fine, and I will see you guys in game. Alrighty guys, I am in game, and I did spawn it real quick just to make sure. I don't exactly know what category it's in, so actually let me go ahead and get in. It's okay, so it is sports. But yeah, everything is working perfectly fine. So this is basically it for vehicle mods. Like I said, let your imagination run wild at this point. It's just a matter of which vehicles you want and which vehicles you don't want. Yeah, so I will go ahead and show you guys how to spawn it, at least with this menu. What? Excuse you? So F4 for this menu in particular is to open it, and then I use the, some vehicles, if you can't find them, you just want to go ahead and go to enter name manually. And you see I already typed it, Kalista, and it spawns perfectly fine. I'm just going to install one more, just, you know, works perfectly fine. At least for this menu, if it depends on where your actor is facing. So if I'm looking at the camera this way, so I'm looking this way, but Franklin is facing that way, the vehicle will spawn in front of his face and not the camera itself. So just keep that in mind if you want to spawn it somewhere in particular. But some car mods will allow you to spawn it through the actual category. Sometimes they will not show up. Don't think this one is showing up, which again is fine. As long as you know the name of the car, you can spawn it in through the manual spawn. So now that that's done, so now we have the visuals looking good. We got custom cars. We will take a look at other stuff. So another mod that some people might also be wondering how to install, and this also applies to kind of just add-on stuff for the game. This in particular is a Europe road mod that I've seen a lot of people use. I never actually used it, so we'll go ahead and try and install this. This is also usually pretty simple, but again, it's usually up to like if the mod creator is like, actually, let's make sure we're installing the single player version. There we go. So we're just gonna go ahead, like every other mod, install. Some mod creators, for some reason, the download is in a different link. You basically download a link to a link. Like it's weird. So we just want to click agree. Alrighty guys, so once the road mod is done, we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Yeah, drag and drop to mods update 64. So this is just like the car mod. We're gonna go ahead and go to OpenIV. Alrighty guys, so once you have OpenIV open or just already had it open, we're gonna go to mods update x64 DLC packs, take rows of Europe, and we're gonna go ahead and make sure edit mode is on, and we're gonna drag it in. So it should go in just like that. Now we're gonna want to go ahead and do what we did like with the car mod. Go back to update RPF, common data, and then just DLC lists, and then just like before, this one does have one, so we'll just go ahead and copy and paste, and should be able to save. And again, just like every mod, I know I keep going on about it, but just open the game, make sure everything's working fine, test everything. It's tedious, but it will save you probably tens of hours of more installing and reinstalling and everything. So I will head on in game and we will see if the map works, and I will see you guys there. Alrighty guys, we are back in game for the umpteenth time. And of course, the road mod is definitely working. I can see the changes of the ground. So we'll go ahead and drive around a little bit just to make sure everything is working. Honestly, I really like this mod. I never used it, but this is pretty nice. So everything is working as we want it to. We'll also change the time just so you guys can see everything better. Yeah, so now you can definitely notice a change of the ground. So this is, I would say this is basically the essential guide that you need to get everything installed. If you want stuff like NPCs, clothing mods, let me know in the comments below if you want a video for like that, and I will do my best to cover that as well in a separate video. But that is basically everything. Hope you guys enjoy modding the game. The game is really fun with mods. If this video helped you at all, I hope it did. Consider subscribing, leaving a like, all that good stuff. It helps me out a lot. It lets me know you guys like this kind of stuff. That will be it for this video. I will see you guys next time with another video.